Going over to the political part podcast, you have a Democrat lawmaker proudly saying that she sterilized herself in order to avoid pregnancy in what she calls Donald Trump's America, which, yeah, I can't but think maybe this is a good use case for Darwinism. This is almost, it's so baffling. Well, I guess it's not baffling a Democrat would do this. It's baffling. If an average person were to say they did this, I'd be shocked. But again, this is from the party who had a literal abortion mobile and sterilization mobile outside the DNC conference. Which, yeah, remember back in the day when even Bill Clinton, back in the day, be like, yeah, how could I do a Bill Clinton impression? Yeah, come on, only Winnie Epstein's playing 27 times. We want abortion to be safe, legal, and rare. It's not supposed to be a good thing, y'all. Which, yeah, it's probably the worst Bill Clinton impression you heard all year, but perhaps it's an accolade in and of itself. But it's an instance where that party's become so radicalized, it's now a testament and foundation of what they brag about is abortion, which I find is quite horrifying, where, again, it used to be most Americans, left and right, all agreed, this isn't a good thing, but some people thought because of medical reasons or other that, it should be something that is allowed, but you're ashamed of, and it's not something that's, people are bragging about on social media. Yeah, now we see that. They do that, and it's almost like core of their brand these days. It's like quite horrifying. Now, this comes to us thanks to Colin Rugg on X, in which he says, quote, Michigan State Representative Lori Potowski says she sterilized herself thanks to President Donald Trump. The pro-abortion advocate says she refused to be treated as currency, which is why she sterilized herself, which, yeah. Why do they always have this weird look? But only 25 seconds long, so it very well may feel like an eternity. And I'm sorry, I should put a visual disclaimer since now she's on the screen, which is coming from me, that's saying something. But yeah, maybe it'll feel like an eternity, I know, but it's only 25 seconds. Although, maybe Colin's lying. Maybe she'll surprise us with a really articulate, brilliant argument, and she'll blow our minds. And probably not. No, absolutely not. But we'll see what she has to say anyway. She has some type of rudimentary, like a silk quality long sleeve shirt. Aren't you in DC? Aren't I supposed to suit up and look fancy? This is your living room. But I partially digress.
I just wanted to take a little bit of time to talk about how I'm so immensely grateful for all of the work that has gone into advancing abortion rights. Obviously, voters protected the right to abortion in our state's constitution. Here in the legislature, we've been expanding that right and the accessibility to it, but there's a lot more work to do. So the anniversary of Roe v. Wade is a really good time to reflect on everything that we've gotten done, but also acknowledge that we still have our work cut out for us. I just wanted to take...
Yeah, remember when Democrats were lying, saying the 2024 election was all about abortion? That is, you weren't be able to kill your baby if you didn't vote for Kamala. Yet another lie. I'm pretty sure they have a dictionary full length of lies these days. But yep, still as Donald Trump and the founding fathers intended, it is relegated to the states. So again, if you want to have abortion up to the date of birth, they have that. It's called Minnesota, where Tim Walz is. And yeah, I'm not sure why you'd brag about sterilizing yourself. Now she continues saying, quote, let's see. In just under 2 weeks ago, I underwent surgery to ensure that I would never have to navigate pregnancy in Donald Trump's America. I refuse to let my body be treated as currency by an administration that only sees value in my ability to procreate. If you know people who are questioning how serious this is, I'm going to repeat myself. A sitting government official opted for voluntary sterilization because she's uncertain she'll be able to access contraceptive in the future. Which, again, I'm not sure. Well, I guess I was about to say I'm not sure how morally vacuous or mentally vacuous she is. I would say very, very mentally vacuous. Again, you live in Michigan, a very overall pretty blue state, right next door to Minnesota, where again the people of Minnesota voted to have abortion up to date of birth. It's a states' right issue, and yeah, she thinks, oh yeah, Donald Trump's going to sweep in and change the law overnight. Which, again, for the umpteenth time, he said multiple times publicly, he said he's going to leave it to the states. Which again is what I would argue, because the basic constitutionality or lack of that noted the powers from a federal perspective, it's not listed as something the founding fathers said they should have power, so it shouldn't be relegated to the states. That's how the government's supposed to work. And yet she's all worried that Donald Trump's going to take it away, which, again, he would also never do, because it would be political suicide for a lot of Republicans, I think, and it would mean Republicans and Democrats can't raise money, both sides, on the issue. This way, on a state's issue, you could push for laws that are more or less in favor of abortion, and you could raise campaign funds, which I can't help but think a lot of these hot topic issues, on the left and the right are just maintained throughout our lives, kind of like, the debate of pro-gun versus anti-gun, where, again, we're America, we should have all the guns we want. So the founding fathers wanted, but there's some people who are known as communists who want to take them away. But in all seriousness, there are a lot of hot topics where it's been decades and there's really hasn't made much change, but Democrats and Republicans raise billions of dollars on campaigning on them. Now, this went pretty viral. I got 1.2 million views and 9.8 thousand likes, which I also can't help but think she reminds me of the meme or the meme of the girl who has long hair that goes down to her breast. And she says something like, a man complimented my long hair, so I cut it. And then, half the comments are saying how she should, they make fun of all the other things that are wrong about her. And obviously the fallacy of her lack of logic. And this looks like the after girl where she gets her hair cut because now it's down to her shoulders only. And one of the top comments comes from Jack, and he says, quote, there's a serious mental illness crisis in the country, getting 3.7 thousand likes, which, yep. Yeah, Jesus. Imagine sterilizing yourself. Jesus. You have Walter Kurt saying, quote, I honestly hate seeing this kind of stuff happen. It's sad. The greatest joy you could ever have in your life is children. I feel bad for these people. Getting 2,000 likes. Yep. Lou says it's good because we don't need people like her reproducing in America. Getting 1.5 thousand likes. Colin responded saying that is not that was an issue in the first place. Getting 496 likes, which, yeah, I'm not sure what her relationship status is. You also have one bad dude saying she has done a service to humanity, getting 2,000 likes. Kyle Rugg also says, it looks like her announcement is getting bipartisan support. That's a win. Getting 1.3 thousand likes. You have Dave Bondi saying horrible publicity stunt, getting 460 likes. Yeah, it is. Colin says there's no way she is this global naive, which suggests it is indeed in publicity stunt. And Bear saying it's self-owned, getting 436 likes. Gunther Eagleman says, quote, these people are effing insane, getting 720 likes. Fact check true. Valentina Gomez says, quote, she is brave. Her Democrat colleagues should follow her. Should follow her leadership, getting 429 likes. Which, again, they shouldn't, because if every Democrat were to do that, what would happen to the blue and hair dye industry? They would be out of business within a couple of years. I mean, they need more of the Democrats to make the sales for the blue and purple and pink hair dyes. And also the flags. You know how many new flags come out every single year on the leftists that they buy up left and right? That's half of China's economy by now, right after the iPhone. Only partially exaggerating, it's probably only 25%. You also have Based Electrician, who says, quote, this woman fears babies so much she went to the furthest level to ensure she'll never create one. Which, yeah, that's weird. Game 30 likes. Rusty Cannon says, quote, she should have just got more boosters. No likes, but she did say that. Ginger says, quote, thank you for sterilizing yourself, Representative Pahutsky. And again, I'm not actively trying to butcher her name. She says, please encourage all of your female supporters to do the same. Getting 179 likes. Master Chief, the Halo OG himself. I know he was on the X. He says, quote, in order to back Trump, Dems are checks notes. What the heck? Oh, I was going to say that on or vernacular definitely went over my head for a second there. But he says, quote, in order to get back at Trump, Dems are check notes extincting themselves, getting 181 likes, which, again, that's why a lot of people are speculating what party will be more politically larger in the future. When, again, on average, conservatives have more kids and Democrats sterilize their kids. So, again, what do you think will be the prevailing popular thought in the future? Well, that be, unless you let the conservatives go to the public schools, that's horrifying, probably going to be conservative ideology. I mean, if you just look at it from a numbers perspective. John also says she deserves a Darling Award, getting 68 likes. Cool Christian Engineer, A+ for marketing, you know exactly what he does. And he says, never forget, there's a 9-month pregnant gal, and then there's another gal with a baby being held. And it says, same baby, different location. The baby on the left is just as valuable as the baby on the right, getting 93 likes, which, yeah, it's horrifying that, again, I know it's a controversial or a hot topic for a lot of folks, but, I mean, in Minnesota, again, it's so radical, it's up to 9 months plus, which, yeah, so basically the day of birth. Never forget that one Democrat senator who said, oh, yeah, we'll let the baby be born, and the mother and the doctor make a decision on what happens next. That's how radical some of them are. Again, not all of them. If you look at most average Americans, the amount of folks who support abortion after 4 weeks drops off, or 16 weeks, I'm sorry, drops off dramatically. Barely anyone approves of third-term abortion. And there are a couple, mostly Californians and Minnesotans. But again, I think on this topic, there's more unification than division. I think the average person would probably say it shouldn't be allowed after 16 weeks, or was it 16 weeks? I believe. But again, I think also at the end of the day, I forget which. And again, it's not the original ideology or thought, but I think the realistic future is you're allowed to do it, but culturally we find it so viscerally disgusting we don't. I think we'll see what it goes in terms of a state by state basis on a legislative perspective, but I don't think there are a couple states where they're making it almost close to a full ban. I don't, let me know in the comments. I'm not sure how many states will adopt that, or if just naturally, culturally, it becomes less popular in the future. Let me know your thoughts on that. We'll do one or two more comments. You have Libercat Media Tam says, quote, can Democrats do this more? Getting 30 likes. You also have Jefferson's Violin saying, quote, the Dems pushed the eugenics program against the native-born Americans while they were replacing their tax base with foreign-born workers, getting 53 likes. Yeah, another awkward conversation with Democrat friends who are big fans of Planned Parenthood. Just to ask them, oh, really? I know you like to scrutinize founding fathers, or founders of companies and the history and stuff. What was the history? What was the origin of Margaret Thatcher? What was the origin of the founder of the Planned Parenthood? Where did she strategically place all the Planned Parenthood areas? Spoiler alert, mostly African American communities because she was racist as hell. Yeah, it's pretty evil. Salty Goat also says, quote, could someone tell her that likely wasn't necessary since chances of someone impregnating her were unlikely, getting 502 likes, which, yeah. Let's see, one more. John says, sterilizing yourself because you're scared of Trump, that's not empowerment, that's cowardice. Stop letting policies control your body and start taking responsibility for your own life, getting 148 likes. Unfortunately, that is the antithesis to many people in politics. They don't want themselves or individuals to have to take personal accountability. They want you to be dependent on big daddy government to do everything for you, and you not to take any responsibility at all, which I think is the detriment to society, which is why we have so much cultural, political decay past couple of years. But yeah, definitely. And again, maybe politically thinking, she thinks this is going to be a smart move that'll gain her more donations and it'll start trending in terms of the Democrat Party. Maybe it'll become more popular, perhaps. Again, politicians are mostly self-serving, left and right. Maybe she thinks this will make her stratosphere through the top of Democrat Party and she'll get a new spot, maybe? I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some folks who will, I follow a lot of groups on the Facebook, left and right. There are some folks, especially on the feminist Facebook pages, that'll give her accolades and, I believe they say, good, you go, girl, or something to that effect. And they'll give her some praises and stuff. But yeah, let me know. Do you think overall it's going to be a net good thing for her political career? Or do you think it might, sink itself or shoot, kind of shooting yourself in the foot? Let me know your thoughts, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or a comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.